I want to know, is going to college worth it? So that's what I'm gonna be talking about in this video right here. Is going to college worth it? All right, so for this video, I'm gonna be, well, just like any other video, I'm gonna be speaking from my experiences, and from my experience, to me, it's not really worth it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I have 2 degrees and I almost went back to school for a 3rd time. So let me back up. I know you're like, wait, what? So let me kind of give a little details without giving too much details, okay? So I went to school the 1st time, got a degree in cinematography, and went back to school a 2nd time. Not long after that, like almost immediately, got a degree in something else that I was very interested in, which is criminal justice, which is a great degree to have. And then I went back to school, but I realized I wasn't ready to go back a 3rd time. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the time, wasn't worth the money, you know. So, but do I have a job in either of my degrees? No. Have I worked in, had some odd jobs, or had some jobs where it had something to do with my degree? Yes, but not, I would say, not like a full-time thing, not a thing where it's continuous, you know, something like that, nothing like that. So that's why, to me, I would say it's not worth it. You know, when we grow up and we're in elementary school, and, you know, when we're little, people always ask you what you want to be when you grow up, and you're like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, and you think it's gonna be so great. When you get older, you want to be that. Like back in the day, I used to want to be a teacher. Believe it or not, yeah, when I was younger, I used to want to be a teacher. And like the way I am with people, the way I hate people, the way I don't like children, yeah, a teacher, nah, you're not cut out for that. But yeah, so of course things change, and I always thought I wanted to do that. I wanted to be a lawyer at one point. I wanted to just, you know, you, as you're young, you're not sure what you want to do, but what are you taught growing up? You know, go to school, get an education, go to college so you can get a great job, make some money, you know, blah, 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 right? As you get older, you realize it's not that simple. It's not that great. You don't really know what you want to do. And I'm learning now that sometimes it's not really worth it. And I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm talking about from my experience. So I don't want anybody coming on here like, well, you know, college worked great for me. That's great for you, but not for everybody. Because I know people who, it's more people that went to college that have a degree in something and they don't even use that degree. They're working a regular 9-to-5 job or whatever the case. I know more people are doing that than actually working in the field that they went to school in. And to me, that's crazy. And then you go to school and you have like a ton of debt. You know, you're trying to better yourself, but it's like as soon as you finish, you haven't even got a job yet and you have to pay back all this money. I don't understand why it costs that much to go to school to better yourself. I don't get it. But then when you don't do anything like go to school or try to better your life, and people look at you like, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, you know, versus working this job or whatever. But that's what I don't understand. And like I said, I know plenty of people that have either went to school 2 or 3 times or 1 or 2 times and quit because it's just not for them. It was boring for them, or they didn't like the courses. You know, people say go to school so you can get a better job. A lot of these programs and courses and things like that, everybody's not interested in this stuff. So then it's like, if I don't find anything, you know, I'm interested in, then what do? You just go get a regular job, right? Yeah. So, and it's not an excuse, but it's just to say everybody's not interested in the same thing. But then I know people who also went to school, got a degree, and like I said, they not even working in the field that they have a degree in. So you have to go get a job and you just have to go and work and live your life. And that's what, you know, that's where it comes in, and if it's worth it. Then you even have people like doctors and lawyers, and sometimes you have doctors who went to school and spent all this money, their parents spent all this money to you go to school, be a doctor or a lawyer, and you've been practicing law for years, you've been being a doctor for years, and then you realize this is not even what I want to do. Like, and then they'll quit their job and go be a musician or something, you know, like, so it's crazy. I just think sometimes we know what we want to do, and then sometimes we don't. And the fact that, you know, this, I don't know, I feel like you grow up thinking one thing, and then you actually try to do something like go to college, it just doesn't work. And like for someone like me, I just don't see myself going back. Even with the 2 degrees that I have, I like the degrees I have. It is a good look to have these degrees. You know, I feel somewhat important with these degrees. I did learn some things, but at the end of the day, you have to pay these loans back. You have to do this, you have to do that. And, you know, you're paying back loans that you're not even working in the field that you went to school for, is what I'm saying. And like I said, this is not going to go for everybody, but it's going to be some people that understand exactly what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes it's just not worth it. So I don't know. If you have a different experience, let me know. But like I said, that's my experience, and all our experiences aren't going to be the same. So, you know, but I just want to know, is it worth it? Because I just feel like it's not, what they tell you is not really true growing up. A lot of things that we believe growing up is not the truth. And I'm going to say that for the next video. But yeah, but to me, in my opinion, college is not worth it. It's not worth it like they made it seem like back in the day. I feel like it's just not worth it. And that's what I say. That's what Centel says. My opinion, all right? That's what I say. Yeah. Centel says. Centel says. That's what I say. That's what Centel says. You better listen to me. Listen to me. That's what Centel says. Centel says. Listen to me. You better listen. Centel says. Yeah. I'm saying everything.